Hello and welcome to West Country Wanderings. Welcome to one of my Devon series. Haven't been in the county of Devon for a little while. Made up for today. We're here near the end of January 2024 in the little village of Uffculme, which is in mid-Devon, not far from the Somerset border. Having a short tour here at this lovely village. Never been before, and I don't know a great deal about it other than the fact it has an amazing mill which is run by volunteers, and it's a working woolen mill. Looks like they've got a steam day coming up, and I'll insert that now. I think it's in March. I hope to be able to get to that because it's been preserved inside the mill, Cold Harbour Mill, which is just over there behind me. You can just make out the stack of that there. There's also a leat here, and that water over there is coming off the leat of the mill. And behind me here is a railway path as well. And I'll tell you some more about that as we'll make our way along the old railway track into the heart of the village and having a look at the church too. So I hope you can join me again here on West Country Wanderings on a Devon series at Uffculme. This behind me is the original mill pond. It's absolutely huge. Now the mill ponds would have been used, well, it's like a reservoir really, so that the mill is on the River Culm here. And in times of drought in the summer, they still needed water, lots of water, to power the mill and the water wheels over on that side there. So this would have been used to get the water still flowing through the leat towards the mill. It's wonderful. There's actually a project at the moment though to clear it because it is rather overgrown with lots of reeds, but it'll make a wonderful nature haven. Although there is still lots of nature around here, as you can probably hear from the birds twittering around this lovely part of the village. So this area also had a railway. It was a light railway known as the Culm Valley Railway going on to Hemyot further on, about another 3 miles along there. Opened in 1876, closed, well, to passengers 1966 I believe, but it carried on serving the dairy factory at the end there until 1975. But here by the mill was rail served off this branch, which came off the main Exeter Bristol line at Tiverton Junction, just a bit further south from Tiverton Park, what is now Tiverton Parkway Station. Those then it was Sanford Peveril. But here there were railway sidings and also a halt, Cold Harbour Halt. So I'm now walking along the route of the old railway track road. The last train, in fact, ran on the 7th of September 1963. And it was a local vicar that got together to purchase this railway track bed off what was then British Rail. Negotiations started at 1975 as soon as the track was closed. And it's now a wonderful amenity for the people that live in and around the Culm Valley here in mid-Devon. The beautiful landscapes either side. It must have been a lovely line to have once travelled along here. So we're continuing a walk along the old railway track bed here, and the Uffculme there at the mill, Cold Harbour and Cold Harbour Halt, was the biggest provider of freight for the line. But as I say, it was the dairy which continued it on until 1975. Let's see if I can add in some old photographs of the line. Must have been a very, very charming line here in mid-Devon. Shame it wasn't really kept into preservation, but it is really good that the track bed here at Uffculme at least is kept for people to enjoy and walk along. Now the River Culm itself is just over there. There is actually a footpath that runs alongside the River Culm, which is in fact parallel to this railway track bed, which is, well, tarmac, so it's a really good surface. Probably that way this time of year, probably a bit muddier, but you can do that. You can walk into the village this way from the Cold Harbour Mill car park when that's open, and also then return following the river. Very nice. Just noticed this red humpback bridge, and I think that goes over the line of the Leat, not to the river itself, so that's just over there, but that's also very attractive. Lots of sheep out and bleating here this morning. So our former track bed, the Culm Valley branch, goes over here. I'm just about to walk over the original railway bridge, which goes over the Leat. You might be able to hear the River Culm just in the background there. So we're coming into the heart of the village now, and this pond here is called Marker's Pond. It was created out, and it is for the benefit of all the parishioners, although I'm not a parishioner here, I'm just a visitor, but still enjoying the views of it and the bird song that's around it. So the church behind me is Church of St Mary's here in Uffculme, and it's 14th century, an amazing rood screen there with these beautiful medieval paintings on it. Some of them have been removed, but a lot of them are still there. And behind that, way to the altar, you have this terrific red painted ceiling with gold embossed on the top of it, with the bosses with the joint and the links for those. When I was walking up to the church just now, it's good to see that the village hall here on this Saturday morning near the end of January was really, really busy. The village hall looked packed. Get a real strong sense of community spirit here in this village in mid-Devon. Now, a railway once came through Uffculme round about here. It's difficult to work out the precise point, but I do believe there was a level crossing here. I seem to remember one of those books is like Past and Present, where you had the original photograph of when railway lines were open, what they look like now, was taken round about here, because I remember that Uni Park garage being in the sign, and I think the level crossing would have been just there. And I think this building here is something to do with the railway as well. Perhaps Crossing Keeper's Cottage not entirely sure. There is a mill there which belongs now to Culm Valley farmers just in that area, and I think there was another older looking mill when the photo was taken. Anyway, let's see if I can find that photo and put it in round about now, but it was certainly around here that the railway crossed the main road coming out of the village. We're heading over now to the bridge which crossed over the River Culm, which is probably bigger than you think it is, and it was actually rebuilt in 1876, round about the time that this railway opened. Now walking by the River Culm itself, an amazing weir here, and I think just at the top of that weir is where the Leet branches off that services Culm Harbour Mill. But it's a wonderful place. I decided to walk back to my car, which I parked near the mill, which is sadly not open today, away. And this is wonderful that despite the heavy rain that we've had, the footpath along this field here isn't too bad. It's not too muddy, but it's just a wonderful place, and the village has a really, really homely and community-centred feel to it. So that over there is the railway track, which is what I use to walk into the village of Uffculme, and here is the River Culm itself. Beautiful walk back. I'm going to close the video here today. I may come back here to the Culm Valley to explore other parts of the former railway line here. It seems to be a railway line with a lot of charm, so although there isn't a walk along all of it that I can make out, you can do bits of it, and we'll see what we can of any other evidence of this former railway track towards Hemyop, where it served, say, the dairy factory there. Till next time on West Country Wanderings, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you for another adventure here soon. All the best for now. Cheers. Bye bye.